Hello? Did an animal just cross the road? Oh. Gotta watch out for the drop bear, alright? He's very dangerous. Watch out for the drop bear. Rah! Did it scare you? Did it scare you? That's called the giant bear, the giant koala. It's a tourist attraction. It's got a um, little shop in the bottom of it. I'll see if I can find a link, and I'll put it in the chat. It's just in Victoria. Oh, there's a restaurant there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was just the entrance.
Okay, we will stop next time.
They've got a farm, zoo there as well.
I read that. They're going to stop at the kangaroo park as well. And then you continue to stop at the dinosaurs.
I didn't see them on the way back.
No. I was really upset about
They
that.
may be on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
You know, when the freeway went up and down.
Yeah.
Might have just been when it did that. I don't know. Honestly, like I said before, we drove in half of it in the dark time, which we've seen in the daylight before.
That's out good then.
So it was a bit like, right. Yeah, I don't remember seeing this. Hi,
Yeah, mate.
I'm here, but I'm not here, you see.
Ah, cool.
Are you turning?
The giant red-eyed koala.
Yeah. We drove past that. We drove past that at night time, and the eyes were lit up red. It looked pretty
Yeah.
trippy.
Looks wicked, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I've been stacking up some of my blanks,
Yeah.
moving them around. So these ones here have all got to go over there.
Yeah.
Just organising shit a bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just done a giveaway on the Kingston Community Store page.
Oh yeah.
Just to hit 500 likes.
Oh what?
We hit 500 likes, so we're doing a giveaway.
Yep. What's the giveaway?
That little American oak platter I did, and some chocolate.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Went to Bunnings today. I got the. Oh yeah. Nice. I went to the special orders desk and I got the lady there to come for a bit of a wander, and we couldn't find any of those packs anywhere. But they sell Gillies products, but it's they were all like 250 ml bottles, and the only one that I was really after was the liquid beeswax, and they didn't have it.
Well, I'll have a look in Bunnings when I go down the mount, because I know they had some there last time I was there in the 30 ml bottles. But I've got the liquid beeswax. Which one's that in? Which pack?
That's the woodworker one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, if I can't get any at Bunnings in the mount, I'll give you a couple of woodworker packs anyway. Did you find any of that hard wax oil there?
No. No, they got all of nothing at Parafield.
Okay. Well, hopefully there's still some left, because it was on clearance, so it should still be cheap.
Yeah.
And I'm having a look at, now that I've found it, I'm seeing it popping up on a lot of the, not that particular brand, but hard wax oil popping up on a lot of the YouTube videos for finishes.
Yep.
And it's a food safe oil. It looks like it's a combination of wax and, look at it, see what it's made of, eh?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Aye.
And they had the Gillies do a beeswax cream in lavender, lemon,
yeah, I saw those.
and rose. I was interested in them, but I'll make it myself. It was just beeswax, canuba wax, and a flavour of the scent or whatever. I got a leaflet that says that all the 30 ml bottles they make, the beeswax, they're $30 each. But I was gonna pay for it if they had it in liquid beeswax, but yeah. And then I went to buy some mineral oil, and Bunnings don't sell mineral oil or something.
Yeah, they do. Paraffin oil is mineral oil.
Oh, I asked someone.
It's the same thing.
What is it?
Paraffin oil.
I'm not going back tomorrow. I religiously stay away from Bunnings on the weekends because it's like the Showbag Pavilion.
Yep.
Shoulder to shoulder.
somewhere here. I picked this shit up at a clearance sale.
Yep. Yeah, I don't bother adding you anymore, Robbo, because I know you can add yourself. I don't bother adding you anymore, Robbo, because I know you can add yourself. How you going? No, I can't hear you.
Robbo.
Something's muted somewhere. It doesn't say you're muted. It might be on your headset.
So that's pharmaceutical grade liquid paraffin oil, which is the same as mineral oil.
And is that the same bottle that it comes in at Bunnings?
No, it's a Diggers one at Bunnings. I've got some somewhere.
All right, so it'll just be like an
one
Echo bottle of plastic.
Right, you should be able to hear me now.
Yes.
What?
Get stuffed.
Damn it. Would have played along with that one.
You're too slow, Jay. I was half expecting you to do it.
Yeah.
I know I used all mine up because that's what I blended with the beeswax to make the soft paste.
How you going? All right,
Oh, yeah. Just about set up for the demo tomorrow.
what?
I really haven't felt the urge at the moment. No, but
Well, you know what? The first people that rock up, you go, hey, give us a hand to move this, will you?
yeah, well, it might be too. But no, I've just been buggered today for some reason.
Yeah, well, don't say I didn't offer, eh?
Well, you had some bloody visitors over there that would have taken it out of you a bit. They would have been high maintenance, I imagine.
Oh, yeah, bloody terrible he was.
No, I asked to move his grinders around for him for the demo. He's like, oh, no, leave it, I'll do it. Every time I go to put something away, he's like, oh, no, leave it, I'll do it. I was like, oh, man, all right, fine.
So, Robbo, what's in hard wax oil?
Sorry?
Hard wax oil.
What's
No
in it?
bloody idea.
Font of all knowledge is useless to us.
Maybe it's got a high
I've seen it cropping up on some of the YouTube lives. It's a food safe, dries hard, and they had those 250ml tins at Bunnings on clearance in Mount Gambier for $2 each, so I bought a few.
Maybe it's got a high percentage of Canuba wax, because isn't that pretty hard shit?
No, there's one.
No, I won't have a high percentage because it's liquid.
There's one that's harder than Canova wax.
But it's really quite a viscous liquid in there, so it won't have a lot of wax in it. I'd imagine it'd be one of the tongue oil or something like that with wax in it.
Yeah. It couldn't do.
Mike Peace uses it a bit, and I've seen a few guys. Now, once I've found it, you start seeing it. I don't know whether it's you just start noticing what people are using, or it's Google spying on you and seeing that you bought some, so they're showing you everything, or what it is. I don't care anyway. But
like when you buy a car and you see them everywhere.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you buy something you think's a little bit unique, and then you realise every man and his dog's got one. They're like arseholes. Everyone's got one.
Yeah.
I might get stabbed for that one. Is that one of the bad words, or can you get away with that one?
Oh, that's all right. You're all right. Listen to him.
Robbo wasn't on the other day, so I didn't get stabbed, luckily. I let the F-bomb fly, Robbo.
Sorry, what's that?
I let the F-bomb fly.
Ah.
It was amusing in context, but...
Did you watch the live today, Robbo?
I haven't watched all of it, no. Only the bits really where I was in there. I've been going like a cut cat.
Dr. Bob came in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I
was watching it inside before I come out here, and I saw him. Well, that must have been halfway through the live when he came in and you were chatting to him. So
yeah,
he seems to be in reasonably good spirits.
Yeah, he does actually. Yeah.
From what he was saying, it sounds like it's all precautionary, that they've found something that either happened or or is about to happen, and they want to make sure what's going on.
Yeah, he said it was a blood clot in behind the eye. He said when the doctor seen it, the doctor just went into action like a general, ordering people around.
It sounds like a bloody drill sergeant, just barking orders around the place. Yeah.
I tell you what, walk into an ER, clutching your chest and say, I've got chest pains, and man, you want to see them swing into action then.
Yeah, all the people that go into ERs and say how long they want to wait, they're going in with the wrong reaction.
Yeah.
Don't go in and say, I've got a sore finger. Go in and say, I hurt here.
Yeah. Man, I'll tell you what, when they knew I was coming in, my feet didn't touch the ground, I'll tell you.
Yep. Yeah, I've had the privilege of seeing them in operation probably more times than I really want to when I was on the ambulance.
Yeah.
Start going into ER. And it's definitely organised chaos. You can't make sense of what's going on, but everyone seems to know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was in an ambulance I had to do a couple of months in an ambulance for part of something that I was doing at the time. And I was just riding shotgun, you know. And we picked up a couple of drug addicts that had a bloody fight. And they were cut and bruised everywhere, and it was rather interesting, actually. Anyway, I had to take them in two separate ambulances because I was going to Barney in the ambulance.
Yeah.
And we get up to the ER. Now, Frankston's ER, which is a major one near us, they used to have a Dutch triage nurse there. And man, you reckon a nail is hard? This woman could have driven it in with her forehead, I tell you.
Just touched it with one finger.
Anyway, we get them out, the ambos get them out of the ambulance, and they're yelling abuse at each other. She walks in, you two, shut up! And they stared at her like this. Right. And they said, oh, when are we going in? Well, we got bad news for you, boys. You ain't going in. You're not going to bleed to death, so you can bloody well just lie here until I'm ready for you.
Sounds like a good triage nurse.
And she turned around to the ambos and said, strap them down.
Yeah. Wouldn't be their first rodeo, that's for sure.
I know. But no, she was as hard as nails, that woman.
So I said to Dr. Bob, I said, I hope you got all the sexy nurses. And he goes, not in a VA hospital, mate. They're all
hospital, yeah.
well into their nursery or something like that. He goes, he was very polite about it.
Well, they might have been listening, you see.
Yeah,
in the room while he's there. He's
about 10 minutes later, someone came in and did inventory, you know.
The worst thing you could do is upset a nurse that's looking after her, I tell you.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, the station where the nurses sit, he pointed his camera out the door, and that's where it's right near his door, so he can't be naughty, you know, like.
Got to behave himself.
Yeah,
well,
bloody oath.
The first room I was in when I had the stent put in was right. Shit.
Bloody hell, mate. Have a cough lolly.
The nurse's station was straight out there. And I said, oh, it must be high priority. She said, well, you are at the moment because we can't get the stent for 2 days, so we have to watch you.
Yep. Did you have an intravenous for the cigarette?
No,
I used to get up and wander out. They knew where to find me when they wanted me. There was a smoking area just outside the thing, and I used to go down there. Mainly, I get bored. I hate hospitals. I spent 3 months in the hospital. That was enough. And I just absolutely detest them. I don't even like visiting people in hospitals. That's how bad I am. Hello, Amber.
Whispering in the background there. She thinks the camera doesn't hear things, but it hears the background noises more than it hears the actual talking.
That's right.
Keep bumping my USB bloody.
Well, Sid's under a shelf. Sid's under a shelf now.
Yeah. So I'm going to change.
I'm real high tech now, Robert. I've got 3 cameras.
Whoa! And that's the ugliest one.
It is.
Spiffo, eh? 3.
Something wrong with it. Hang on, I'll give it a clean. Is that better?
I prefer to look at the wood.
No, it didn't improve it any. You locked up all your animals, have you, Sid?
Yep, all done.
Come on, finish this bowl already. Bloody hell.
I'm having a motivation problem tonight.
No, unmotivate yourself. Get into it.
I've had that all day. I think if I didn't have customers coming in today, I'd have been sitting on my bum in the office doing nothing.
Can you see that one, Robbo?
No, not really.
You can't? Oh, no. Oh, what a shame.
No idea what it is. Looks like a hairy fungus.
Watch this. I'll remove everyone and show you.
Yeah.
The giant drop bear, Horsham, you know?
Yeah.
Watch them drop bears.
Yeah. This is the mother. I didn't realise they had a restaurant in there.
Dropping everything on the floor.
Sorry, both of you spoke at once and cancelled each other out.
Oh, shut up, Sid. Hang on. I didn't realise they had a restaurant in there.
Yeah. It's the tourist office as well. I think there's a tourist.
Might stop there next time.
I think there's a tourist thing in there as well.
Yeah, it was a bit like.
Robert, I'm not sure if there still is.
Sorry, what was that?
There used to be. I'm not sure if there still is.
Oh, I know Horsham
still says it is.
Yeah, I know that Horsham's got a fairly big tourist bureau now.
Yeah.
Sid, what horsepower is your lathe?
2.6. Pretty sure it's 1.
Yeah, because
I heard you talking to Blair today, and I think he's mistaken. I think it's a 1 horsepower.
Yeah, I think so
too. The issue
too.
with the power with these things is the fact that it's a Reeves drive, so you don't get all the horsepower through.
Yeah, well, that's true. There's a certain amount of slippage and friction.
Yeah, as soon as you load it up, because they're only friction. Oh no, it's 3/4. It's 0.55 of a kilowatt.
Okay.
So that's a 3/4 horse, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's interesting. I always thought they were 1 horsepower, those things.
Yeah, well, I did too. I hadn't actually ever had a look, check, but yeah.
They say you learn something new every day.
Well, this is
You
true.
know, if they say every day you don't learn something, it's a day wasted.
Well, that's right. And boy, I can waste a lot of days sometimes.
Yeah, I'll second that. Hello. Hey, Skip.
Yeah.
What, are you living in Hope there, Joe?
In where?
Are you living in Hope?
No, I've been living in it for too long.
So I've actually got another camera set up on the other lathe that I haven't got hooked in yet. I haven't got a spot to put it yet. So I've got
Oh,
3 webcams.
if you don't want to turn that, how about you chop off a bit of that nice jarrah there and turn something out of that? Oh, yeah.
Like I said, there's a few. One of the things I want to try and get out of that, and I've got to find a spot to get a piece. I want to do a 3-corner bowl.
Oh yeah. Well, you got to be fairly accurate with the cutting and everything on that.
Yeah, I
Like-
set the fence up on the bandsaw and try and get a good cube out of it.
You haven't got a jointer or a thicknesser, have you?
I've got a jointer
Oh yeah.
and a thicknesser, but neither of them will take that.
Oh,
The
why?
jointer's
What?
only
That's the
got a
thickness.
6-inch bed on it.
Sorry.
The jointer's only got a 6-inch bed on it.
Well, how big's that post? Looked like it was only 150 mil.
It's 185
Oh,
by
okay,
190.
right. Yeah, you've got to get it. You've got to get a perfect cube to get a
But
good 3-corner.
It might come down to 6 inches because there's chips off the corners.
Right. Yeah, what I'd do is probably rip it down to about on the bandsaw, cut out your block about an inch or so too long,
Yeah,
and then
That's-
cut it on the bandsaw back to 150, and then put it across the joiner and through the thicknesser.
that. How do the thicknesses go on ingrain?
Oh no!
No, that's what I thought.
Yeah, and actually, at that length, it's probably too. You have to have a look and see where your drive rollers and everything are on the thicknesser.
Yeah, it's only a heavy one. It's not a heavy duty one. So it's got that down that side, and then on the other side there, it's got another one that goes down. So
Yeah.
down here somewhere, I'll be able to get a good cube out of it
Yeah,
because those two are on diagonally opposite corners. So
well, what I would do is go down to where it's good, measure 150 mil up from there, and then slice the sides off the full length of it, and then put it across your joiner and thicknesser.
Do. So I figure I can come in here like that, with like 8-inch blocks, and take it down through the middle and get reasonable bowl blanks out of it up here and here till I get down to the good stuff down here. And then I should be able to get a cube out of here somewhere in the middle.
Well, what I would do is turn the top section, pick the shortest distance between the two of them to where you get down to the good stuff. You can always use the other stuff for lidded boxes or something like that. And then, because your thicknesser may not like having just a 6-inch piece put through, like my thicknesser, for instance, it's got to be at least 300 long before I can put it through the thicknesser, otherwise it grabs.
Yeah, I think mine's got something like that on the directions for use. I've got a crack coming up from the bottom to about a third of the way up, and one of the corner things goes about a third of the way down from the top, and in the middle there somewhere I could probably get 360 out of it in one piece, and then get a cube out of one end of that without too much trouble.
Yeah, that's the way I'd fly with it.
Yeah.
Geez, that was good. That was a lightning flash.
Here or there?
There, suddenly there was just a big red streak across the screen.
I must have bumped the USB.
Oh, maybe it was
the USB connection.
Oh yeah, I thought it might have been the flash whipping through the workshop.
No, it's just me running over to the shelf and getting something coming back.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, if you believe that, you'll get some land. I want to tell you.
When I say things like that, I say, "Oh well, if you believe that, I know a bridge and a rock for sale."
Yep. One in the middle of Australia and one on the east coast.
Yeah. I've actually been today in one of my off periods. I was actually reading a fair amount of history of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Do you know they destroyed nearly 500 houses and buildings there to build the bridge, the approaches for the bridge, and nobody was compensated for it?
Really?
Yeah.
I knew they destroyed a lot of houses, but I didn't know that nobody was compensated for it.
Yeah. There was according to the thing, there was very little compensation paid for anything.
What a load of bullshit, eh?
Yeah.
Some of the stuff they just sweep under the rug.
Was all powerful then, weren't they?
Sorry, you both spoke at once.
Something they just sweep under the rug.
Yeah. But the same thing happened to a friend of mine. Had 50 beautiful acres of property with a beautiful house on it, 4-bedroom house that he'd built. And the government decided to turn it into a national park. It was on the edge of the national park anyway. They decided to extend the national park. And there was bugger all he could do about it.
He couldn't live there still.
No, they wouldn't allow him to.
Where was now, Robbo, you might know this one. Where was it? There was a bloody town they buried with a dam, or flooded with a dam. And there was a lot of compensation issues around that one too, I reckon, from memory.
Yeah, Tallangatta. Just out of Albury, the Hume Weir.
They did that in South Australia too. Flooded a town. In the hills.
Well, that's normally where they put a dam.
Oh, damn you! No, when that dam gets low, you see the peaks of the crosses on the churches coming out of the water.
Oh, yeah, I reckon I've seen a photo of that somewhere.
Chain of ponds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yep, I know what you're talking about, but I reckon I've seen a photo of the...
And another interesting fact, Jay, is that they normally put a dam on a river as well.
Yeah. That's amazing how that works, eh?
It is. Truly amazing.
Yeah. No, this one's got cars and all down there.
Oh, yeah. There's a big quarry over, it's about 30 kilometres from our place. And, of course, it's filled with water now. I'd hate to think how many cars were dumped in that, I tell you.
Good spot to put a few bodies too.
Well, they could well be, actually. There's a few I'd like to put in there.
I've got about 5,000 Texans around here, and do you think I can find one?
Of course not. They're related to pencils. They go where the pencils go.
Is that where the odd socks go as well?
Sorry?
Is that where the odd socks go as well?
Yeah.
Well, that's the boss.
Who's that?
Hang on. I'm putting you on mute.
He's going to do some sweet talking.
Meant to be in the shed, is he?
Should upset him and talk. Talk sweet nothings in Shirley's ear.
Yeah. Yeah. Shirley, don't listen. I listen to him. It's just a dream.
We're allowed to talk now, Sid? Oh, yes, the phone's in the pocket.
Well, it didn't stop you before. So apparently she's got the young fella who works at the shop to drive her car home, and she's driven his home because there's a huntsman in her car, and now I have to go and deal with it.
Oh, right.
Wow, and she lives in the country, man.
Yep. So I shall return. I'll stick it on mute and I'll leave it running. I'll be back shortly, hopefully.
All
Yeah,
right.
no worries. Have fun. Catch it for your chickens.
So you settled back into the routine, have you, since you got back home?
Yeah, maybe I'll have a bit more of a better sleep tonight. But yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It's not much of us getting back into the routine, but the cats thinking, waking up and going, oh shit, look, they're still here. It wasn't a dream.
Yeah. And were they fed and watered properly? Were they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So now you know you can go away for a week.
Yeah. Yeah. We prepared a little bit by getting a couple of the bowls that I'd made and put them around the house upstairs and downstairs with bickies in them and stuff. So if just on that odd occasion they didn't come around one day to feed them, then they still had something to eat.
Yeah. I must admit, our cat was never a guts. Like, it'd eat just what it wanted and that was it.
Yeah, our female picks, she only eats little bits at a time. She might eat about 10 times in a day, but it's just really tiny little bits.
Mm.
And the male, if he likes what's on the plate, he just keeps going and going and going until he pukes, just about.
Yeah. Like most males got no bloody sense.
Yeah.
No, I've just had it's just been a funny sort of a day with me at the moment.
Yeah. Did you have a shit sleep?
No, actually, I slept pretty well last night, but one thing I have figured out today is why the little Bluetooth dongle wasn't working.
Oh, yeah.
It's because my keyboard and mouse are on another Bluetooth connection. So I've got to take that out, and then I've got to try and get the new Bluetooth thing to recognise the keyboard and the mouse.
Yeah.
So, but I want to be able to use the Bluetooth headset, you know.
Yeah.
Although this is a better headset as far as my hearing goes, but it limits me to the end of the thing. Like nothing worse than walking around the workshop and you go, as your head nearly gets ripped off because you reach the end of your lead.
Are people going to be doing some of what you're going to be teaching, or are you just teaching?
No, it's just a demonstration. Oh, and a bit of teaching. Good day, Amy. How are you?
How you going, Amy?
You talking to him or me?
Me, I think, because I had the top bit chopped off.
Yeah. You want to use your finishes on your head?
No, I don't need to. It's shiny enough.
Get Amber to be like the old shoe shine things, you know, with the towel and go.
That might work. Yeah, you never know. Yeah, that might hurt too. It's getting the skin's getting thin, you know.
Yeah.
So, is there... no point asking you. You haven't turned any of it. I was going to ask if the red gum burl would be like kind of soft, like the figured stuff is.
Well, it cuts fairly well, so I think it's going to be fairly soft. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, not hard, but it's great turning that camphor laurel, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It just peels off like nothing on earth.
Yep. And like nothing against Dr. Bob or anything, but if he didn't come in today, I'm sure he would have finished that in an hour, maybe an hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't mind talking to him, see how he's going and stuff. So.
Oh, that's right. It's a bit far to go and see him.
Yeah, that's right. I was kind of hoping he was going to pop in. I kind of figured they'd have internet there. So, and yeah, he was right. He said they got government internet. So.
Yeah, probably better than the internet he's got at his house.
Oh, he doesn't have to compete with the kids, does he?
No. But, no.
What time's everyone popping up tomorrow?
9:30, I think. They'll generally get here about 9:15, have a cup of tea and a chat, and talk bullshit and lies to each other, because a lot of them haven't seen each other for nearly 12 months.
Yeah,
because they've all been closed down. So.
Yeah, well, you start having your pop-ins again soon.
Yeah, calendar's slowly starting to fill up, so.
Where's your next interstate trip?
It's to Ararat, actually.
I
think it's the first one. Ararat, and then up to Merimbula on New South Wales. And then Victoria again. Then I think it's South Australia.
Is Ararat the one that's got the red gum furniture place?
I have no idea.
No? Okay.
But and then before I go to South Australia, I'll go to Brisbane. That's right. Then from Brisbane to Adelaide. Oh well, Kingston.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Sid's place.
Yep.
Yeah, Sid was in a bit earlier, Amy, but his wife's got a huntsman in the car. She won't get in there. So Sid has to go and retrieve the car after he cleans out the huntsman.
Funny. I thought living in the country you'd be a little bit desensitized to that, you know.
Well, we've got about 3 or 4 huntsmen in the house. Yeah. The only rule is that they're not allowed in the bedroom. If Julie sees one in the bedroom, that's I've got to get rid of it.
Oh, because when you close your eyes, they're active.
Oh yeah. But we had a friend that absolutely terrified of spiders, and we were living out 20k out of Sale down in Victoria, and we're going into town one Saturday morning. We got in the car and this huntsman ran across the bloody roof. Well, did she go? She nearly went ballistic, and she would not sit down the whole 20k. She stood up the whole way in the back seat, making sure this huntsman was nowhere around. It was rather funny.
I think I don't know how many summers I lived when I lived with my mum. Every summer, the huntsmen's, heaps of them would come out of the roof because it was too hot to come into the house where the air conditioning's on and stuff. It was like cardboard and a cup. See you later, mate. You're going outside.
Yeah. So did you find it? you find it, Sid? He's gone deaf.
He's not listening.
No.
I am. No, I couldn't hear you.
The spider crawled in his ear.
Hey,
The spider crawled in his ear, Robbo. He can't hear us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Get a pull through.
I've got one of them. Can I sharpen a pencil too? Just started.
No, you're breaking up badly, Sid. And my daughter-in-law pranked my son's car for a spider. Fell down off the bloody sun visor into a lap. She promptly cleaned up a phone pole.
That spider's been watching adverts, hasn't it?
Mm,
Is that better?
that's better.
Yeah.
Change mic. I think it was on the camera mic, not the headset mic.
Oh, yeah.
Good old StreamYard.
Oh, because it's got too many options, I suppose. All the cameras have got mics on them as well. I wonder if you can disable them.
Hey, you know what, Sid? You know how StreamYard works? If Robbo's got full control of my account,
Right.
because I actually signed in on his IP address.
Right.
Work that one out, right? And it because it's browser based. I signed in with my account, my email and my login details, and it come up with his name.
Right.
It was just like
On his computer.
Yeah, when I did a live, when I did that yellow box bulb that broke up.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was pretty trippy. And then when he went and sat back down on the computer in his office,
Yep.
he can now see anyone that's down the bottom in the. He can see everything the host can see and do, including kick me out or mute me or whatever. So.
Mm.
So it's kind of handy because when I'm turning, I don't have to stop the lathe to let people in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rather good. I kicked him out twice today, actually.
Yeah. Just to prove that he can do it.
Not one that's going to take too much advantage of it.
Oh, yeah.
No? Well, that's it.
I said you're not one that's going to take too much advantage of it.
Oh, no. I just did it as like Blair was there, so it was rather good. I said, hey, Blair, watch this.
Ooh.
Oh, where did Jay go? I said, I kicked him out.
That's unreal. I like that.
Yeah.
But it could be handy, like as Jay says, because then you've got an earwig with the host's capabilities, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
And also, Robbo, you should be able to type in the StreamYard chat now.
Yeah, well, I can.
Makes it easier than having YouTube open.
Oh, it comes up as you.
Oh, that's got promise, Robbo.
Oh yeah, jeez. Talk about putting words into the mouth of babes.
Yeah.
Here.
Dave said, we've got to be naughty.
I'm going now. See you later. Leave the timestamp that I left. Anything said in my name is not me.
Well, did Amy come in when I was gone? Did she, or did she sneak in while I was here?
No. Yeah, she came in while you were out spider hunting.
Okay.
She'll be right back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? That it comes up with your
Yes.
thing.
Yes. So how did you get rid of the spider, or did you just go out there and pretend to get rid of it?
Well, yeah, sort of. Because it had disappeared down a vent by the time I got there.
Oh. Just tell it.
So
Just tell it that the vents are broken.
I sprayed the vent with surface spray.
Oh yeah. Hopefully it dies down there, eh?
So, well, it won't be too bad in daylight anyway. It won't stay in there with the surface spray on there regardless. So,
Yeah, we had an infestation of fleas many years ago in a house we were renting. Geez, you don't reckon they take some getting rid of?
Oh, they're mongrels.
Yeah.
Because you got to dose them about 8 times to make sure you get all the eggs.
Yeah, well, whenever you walked across the carpet, it'd come alive just about with these little black bastards jumping up and down everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone reckons they won't live in carpet, but they bloody will.
Oh, yeah.
The non-reflectives.
No, little buggers they were. But it took us about 3 days and with the flick man to get rid of them all. And he reckons they were coming out of the soil.
Yeah, if you've got, like, I know here we have trouble with fleas here if the animals are outside because they love sand. They love the dry, light soils.
Yeah. And like the place that we rented had about 5 or 6 dogs prior to us renting it.
Yeah.
So they were show dogs, but they definitely didn't look after them very well, I don't think.
I've booked a ticket to go watch Cade
Oh,
do
yeah.
a demonstration. It's his own demonstration.
What time's he on, Jay?
I'm just about to put the link in the chat. I'll put it in the private chat so you can see it or access it.
You don't know what time it actually is, though.
Oh, it's 3 o'clock in the morning for us, 3:30 or something.
Yeah, no, I won't be going to that. Not at the moment.
It's only $12 too, so it's quite cheap.
Yeah. The price wouldn't worry me. It's just bloody trying to get the shit I'm trying to get done at the moment.
Yeah.
Don't have the energy to get.
I won't be going to that because I don't think I need to be taught how to use a skew chisel.
No.
No. I picked a few faults in your technique, Robbo.
Sorry?
I picked a few faults in your technique. You can always learn something.
He's still not far enough away, Sid. Gotta watch out. His tools might reach.
Yeah, and I know, and he knows where I live. I'm keeping all that in mind. You and I are both in the same boat. We're in the same country. He knows where we live.
Yeah.
He might not know exactly where I live, but he knows enough people that do know where I live for that to not be hard for him to find me.
Yeah, I don't have to ask Ray and Heather and they tell me.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's rather funny. I have a certain set of principles that I work by, and if somebody will ring me up and say, "Oh, look, do you know such and such phone number or address?" And I'll say, "Yes, I do." Why? And they'll say, "I wanted to get in." I say, "No, look, what I'll do is I'll ring them and give them your phone number so that if they want to talk to you, they can."
I do exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Because you never know sometimes with some things that what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Oh, you broke right up then, Sid.
Yeah, he went out the back door.
It's like a robot.
Yeah.
And the robot can't even speak English.
I just walked outside the shed for a minute. That's what happened there.
Yeah. I saw you.
I found an egg.
Oh.
Yeah. I suspect it's been there for quite a while.
Oh. Have to do the float test on it, mate.
No, I didn't need to do the float test on it, Robbo. It was
Ah,
I picked
right.
it up and you it's going to float.
Oh, so it's dust inside.
Hello, Amy, back again.
Hello, Amy.
How you going, Amy?
I'll say hello this time and won't be rude. Oh, more railway. I'm finding lots of treasures tonight. Railway spot.
Oh, well, you want to clean the shed up occasionally.
Yeah. I knew well, I've got more than I thought I had. That's probably what's happened there.
Oh, yeah.
I knew I had some, but I didn't realise I had a couple of boxes, I think.
A mate of mine made a fortune out of railroad spikes. He just got a piece of old sleeper, ripped it into about 3, and then drove the spikes into it, put a couple of holes at each end so people could put screws in it, and used them as hat and coat racks.
That's exactly why I've got them.
Oh, right.
I've got all these pieces of old fence rail from the Cape Jaffa Caravan Park.
Oh, yeah.
A piece here somewhere.
And the daggier the timber looked, the better they liked it.
Yeah.
No, they ripped up the railway line behind his place, and he just, well, I'll have all that.
Hang on, Sid.
Oh, yeah. Just move it back a bit, Sid. The light behind it, that's better. The light behind it's killing it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, very weather beaten.
Yeah, all I've done with that is I've put a lacquer on it, but I wire brushed the grey off till I got back to the redwood.
Yep.
But I've got a couple of pieces. Here's one. That's one of the ones I was looking for. You'll like this piece. And I'll sort the lighting issue out too.
It's a fluoro at the back.
How's that?
Sorry, I did the same thing. Oh, yeah.
So that's just basically gone from being a grey old piece of wood with a wire brush over it, and that's all I've done to it.
Yeah, I would have probably left it grey.
I've got tons of it, so that I've just played around with a few bits, doing different things to them.
I'd leave it grey and just put a coat of lacquer over the top of it.
Yeah, I'll do a couple like that too. Like these ones that I've cleaned up.
I'll answer you in a minute, Amy.
I've used EPNS forks to make coat hooks out of.
Oh, yeah.
So the silver of the fork shows up nicely against the red of the wood.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't actually made any railway spike ones yet, but that's my intent.
No, not really, Amy. I'm sorry. She's asked Robbo, do you want any gum tree at all? We have a big 6-foot stump here. And no, as Joe can tell you, I've got a heap of timber lying around here. Sorry, what was that, Sid?
I said I've got a big chainsaw with a 3-foot bar on it.
Yeah.
Robbo's got enough wood. If you stacked it all together, you could make a bloody 20-foot tree out of it. With bells.
Yeah. Yeah, consider I don't turn bowls very often. I seem to have too much timber around, I think.
That bottom shelf in behind Henry's quite well stacked up.
Oh, yeah.
Mm. It's good insulation, I suppose, isn't it?
It's a noise wall. Stops the noise from going next door.
Yeah.
Well, Julia's out tonight with my mother at an Elvis Presley
Oh, yeah?
sing-along,
Yeah.
not sing-along thing, but a impersonator.
Yeah, I remember her saying something about that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, she went and saw Roy Orbison last week.
Oh, yeah.
So she's chasing all the dead people.
Travelling Wilburys.
Yeah.
Who went with her?
So,
Who went with her?
yeah, my mother's hardly ever at home. Like, she's 90 years old. 91, actually.
I said who went with her.
Oh, Julie and my mum, just the two of them. And
Watch
fortunately,
out.
oh yeah, they plot against me, the two of them.
Two women on the town. I don't know.
I think at 91, my mother's past that. Yeah, that's right. You never know.
Hmm?
You never know.
Yeah.
Don't take anything for granted.
No.
Something I've discovered in recent days, Robbo,
Yeah.
is when you can pick shit up off the floor and put it on the shelves, you get a lot more floor space.
That's funny about that.
Funnily enough.
And don't trip over as much.
So I can actually walk through without having to twist sideways at the moment.
Oh, that's good. Like, it's the same when I clean Henry off. Suddenly I got a 40-foot workbench again.
How often does Henry actually fire up on a job, Robbo?
It used to be about once every 4 to 5 weeks, but since I haven't been sort of advertising in that, it probably about once every 3 or 4 months, and then suddenly it'll go for 2 or 3 weeks, and then that's it, you know, for another couple of months or so. Like, I gave a quote the other day on doing five 12-metre posts, 11-metre posts at least. So,
Yep.
But whether they accept the quote or not, who knows?
Yep. Yeah, so
Probably what will happen is probably what will happen is that there are jobs for the council, and August is the council's budget time, and they've got to spend the money by August.
Yeah.
And about the 1st of August, I'll get a call. Oh, we're ready to do those posts now. Can you have them done by the 15th, please?
Yeah. Yep.
Because if they don't spend the money on that project, they don't get it again. Councils are funny.
Yeah, that'll be if it's federal government or state government grant money.
Well, it's state government part of it, and some of it's federal. It depends on what they're doing.
Yeah, some well, going from what we used to do on Kingston Council here when I was on the council here, they'd put a project together and they'd apply for both federal and state government grants.
Yeah.
And if they'd have to get all of the grants to make the project go, or be viable. And then what had often happened, and we find the same with work here, is, you know, technically speaking, the grants are announced 1st of July, but until you've actually got the money in the bank, you don't spend it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because it's political funding, and that grant can be pulled just like that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you've started spending a heap of money that you don't actually have.
Yeah. No, well,
Yes.
it's the same as the road out here. Now, the road outside our place has been sealed probably 4 times in the last 5-6 years.
Yep.
And you go 200 yards up the road towards Cranbourne, and the road's bloody terrible. Like, it's undulating and everything because of the sand trucks and that use it. And I was one of the councillors there one day, and I said, listen, why do you blokes keep sealing this when the road's breaking up the road? He said, well, we only get paid for doing this one, and if we don't spend the money, we never get it back again. So you can't claim for the same thing. If you don't spend it in 1 year, you can't put it anywhere else. It's allotted to that particular thing, and that's where it goes.
Yep.
Correct.
I reckon the road's grown about 6 inches in height since they put it down. Well, don't laugh, Jay. They did that at a bridge in Melbourne at Festival Hall.
Yeah.
And they didn't alter the height. It's a low bridge anyway, or fairly low. And the first truck that went through, it ripped all the top out of the truck and everything, because it was 6 inches lower than what the height said it was. Melbourne City Council had to pay out on that one. Sorry, Sid, what was that?
They would have blamed the trucking for that one too.
Oh, they tried to. So what they ended up actually doing was ripping the road level back down to where it should have been.
Yeah.
So, Amy, how's your back? Geez, Sid's got all keen and starting to clean the place up.
Well, that's what I was doing before I dropped on. I thought, oh, well, I can leave the earpiece in here and listen to you buggers talking about me and keep doing it.
His missus is home now, you see, so he's got to make it look like he's doing stuff.
Well, that's right.
She's gone to see her mother.
Oh.
Isn't that far away, though?
That's about 20 feet from the house. We've got a granny flat next door to the house. That's where Shell's mum lives. So
oh yeah.
When I'm in trouble, she says, I'm going to stay with mum. The funny thing, she stays at least a couple of nights a week over there anyway, because she gets lonely, which is all right with me. So I know she's only bloody like 20 feet away.
Oh, that's a bummer, Amy. And Sid can't read it, so I'll read it out. It's still crappy. I'm just resigned to the fact I'll be on painkillers forever.
That is a bugger, Amy. I don't know whether you're in when I was talking to Jay the other night, Robbo. I've ordered a refurbished desktop, Windows 10. And I'm sort of half set up. I've got monitor over there.
Oh, yeah.
Above the lathe. And just here where all this wood is, I've got a 24-inch TV I can put in there, so I can have a TV on both, but whichever lathe I'm working on, I can be looking at a monitor.
Oh, getting very professional.
Oh, mate, this all shit I've got laying around apart from buying the computer. It's
Yeah.
all, the refurbished computer was $200. And this laptop I'm on that did the blue screen of death the other day, that cost me $100 as an ex-rental out of Radio Rentals because I knew I was going to put it in the shed, so I didn't want to spend any big money on it. But although it's got Windows 8 on it, it still keeps asking for a code. And the problem when it shut down the other night turned out I did a system restore back to prep before it had done an update. So whatever it did in that update, it was causing my problem.
Yeah, sometimes the updates are more of a bloody headache than they're worth.
Yeah, I normally don't have my computers on to automatic update. I normally have them, at least they've got to ask me before they update and I'll have a look at what's there.
Yeah.
For some reason, I must have had this one set to automatically update.
Well, I've got all my laptops set on manual update for the simple reason that if I'm away, I don't want them downloading all the updates while I'm on the dongle, you know.
Yeah. Yep. Now I'm on dongles here all the time.
Yeah.
But I've got, I think it's 700 gig of data.
This thing worked wicked at Robbo's house, Sid.
They're good units. That's the Optus version of that is what I'm running on in the shed here, mate.
Yeah. I reckon we watched, because we retired to bed about like 9:30 way, and we watched a couple of TV shows that we'd normally watch, and I had 5 gig on here, and I got 2.8 gig left, so it's not too bad.
You tried it out in the shed?
Nah, not in the shed.
No. Oh, it's a big Faraday cage, this shed. Mobile phones don't work in here.
Yeah.
The funny thing is with my shed, so the door's on my left, right there.
Yeah.
But my dongle is over there, right at the back of the shed. And that's the best spot for signal in the shed.
Yeah. It's a pity that you can't get an external aerial, like an antenna for them to extend the range.
You can.
What, the dongles?
Yeah. So these ones you can. The one Jay's got should have 2 little rubber tabs in the bottom.
Yeah, it's got an on button, and then it's got something else next to it you can flick out. So, yeah. I'm not, to be honest, I'll most probably sell that. I'll find someone that wants to buy it because I've got no use for it now. I only use it when I go away. And I'll buy another one. Huh?
You might have got the bug now. You might be away all the time. Don't forget, in August you've got to come down to Kingston.
Yeah, that'll be for a day though, I think, because the next lot of play money I can apply for it a week after the turn SA.
Okay, you come down. There's a spare bed at Cheryl's mum's house, like next door, so you can stay here.
Yeah.
All right. See you later, Amy.
See you, Amy.
It's 6 hours of driving to come down for 3 or 4 hours of turning if you.
Yeah. And you don't really get anything out of it if you're not there.
They don't do a lot on the Friday. A lot of that's just a bit of bullshitting and catching up and abusing each other.
Yeah.
But from Saturday morning through till Saturday evening, they have tea at the pub, and it's normally a pretty well-priced meal. And then Sunday morning's a bit of turning, and then everyone heads off Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah.
I didn't hear what Amber said.
I'm not leaving my babies again.
They were looked after, Amber. Don't worry about it.
You know what? I got GPS now. I don't care. I'll go by myself.
Yeah, no, it's a good fun weekend, that one.
Yeah.
It's sort of, it was interesting because I sort of was starting to think about it a bit because I'd already started doing the repurposing stuff with pallets, and I sort of started thinking about doing a bit of wood turning, and I had bought one of those old GMC lathes.
Yep.
Like the one you showed me you found for $50 quite a while ago.
Yep.
And then I went to the Turn SA thing, and by the time the next one come round, I'd bought the Carbatech lathe.
Yeah, and blame me.
Well, I didn't blame you for buying the Carbatech lathe. I blamed you for the fact that I wanted to do proper wood turning.
You got to have someone to blame.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Robbo's got broad shoulders. He's fine with it.
Yeah. A lot
But
of wives blame me for their husband's expenditure.
No, see, I'm lucky because Shirley's like the same with her. If we, which is one thing we noticed this summer with the fish and chip shop is a lot of people are paying by card.
Yeah.
So that takes some of that gloss off.
Yes.
If
Yes.
you know what I mean.
Yes.
So last summer, the gloss bought me my Havco MIDI lathe with change.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, we had a good summer, but it was all excise all straight into the bank.
Yeah. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, mate.
Snack time. Pizza.
Sounds fair.
Wait.
Hey.
That's it. Kick him out.
No, it's the leftovers from the other night that we had.
Yeah, I know. I figured.
Yeah.
I'll just have these.
Okay.
Apparently, next time we go to Adelaide, Shirley and I, we're going to stay at the Marion Caravan Park, and at least one of the nights there, we're having Pizza Hut pizza.
It was good, was it?
Well, I don't know. I didn't eat it, but she enjoyed it.
Yep.
I know I used to like it when it was down at Mount Gambier here. So it was funny though when I said she had Pizza Hut pizza and you knew what area she was in.
Yeah, because it's the only one.
Yeah, I knew there wasn't many, but I didn't realise there was only one.
Yeah. When I used to drive for Second Bite, we used to go past it quite regularly.
Okay.
Did you dine in?
No, they got takeaway. Or home delivery or something. Oh, that's in. Yeah. Nice looking bit of olive.
Hang on, I'll put it on full screen. Oh yeah, nice chunk. You do a hollow form with that. Yeah, nice. You gonna feel the crack or something?
I don't know. It's still green, but I could get 2 pieces out of that anyway if I wanted to.
Yep.
It was all free wood, so I'm not too stressed.
Yep.
Oh, instant Bruce Lee I was. Jeez, I was only in the toilet about an hour or so ago and the bloody spiders built a web across the door.
Must be a good spot to catch bugs.
So you're like me with that, Robbo. I don't mind spiders. I can have a spider crawling up my arm and it doesn't worry me.
Yeah.
But walk into a spider web, Bruce Lee. Oh, this one's interesting.
Isn't there a light just outside the shed there, near the door?
No, there's a lot. Yeah, just outside the toilet. It's a night light I keep on all the time.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Hang on. What's that one?
No, everything's olive that I'll be showing you, but that's a bit of root bill. A few little cracks in the top, but they're not very deep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that might do something interesting with that. I reckon, Olive, I don't know what you think, Robbo, but olive, to me, when you're cutting it and it's a bit green like this stuff, to me it smells like, I don't know, toast or something like that as you cut it.
I've never noticed.
Certainly smells like something you'd eat anyway.
Hey, I noticed with the camphor today, it had a slight peppery smell to it every now and then.
I've never noticed that, I must admit.
Eh?
I've never noticed it.
Oh. I mean, I washed my hands 3 times and I could still smell the camphor on my fingers.
You ought to turn it when it's wet. I'll tell you what.
Hello? I'll pass.
I've actually I bought a big camphor laurel blank from Carbatech, Robbo, but I haven't turned it yet. About probably 200 and...
Yeah, they have some good blanks there, don't they, of the camphor?
They do. They want the money for it, though, too.
Yeah.
You know, in Queensland and northern New South Wales, they chipped thousands of trees, camphor laurel trees, when they declared it a noxious weed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did some good stuff went through the chippers. Until somebody said, that stuff's worth money, you know, the bloody silly wood turners. Oh, it's got a hole in the bucket there, Henry.
Yeah. I just trying to wonder if I could do anything with that. So I could turn it into a succulent pot.
Or you could just leave it like that and just put a succulent in it.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking. Put a base on it and...
So, one of the signs that is only in Victoria, right? It's not on the South Australian roads, that's for damn sure. You're not allowed to chop down dead trees. What?
Yeah, I'm gonna correct you on that one, Joseph.
No, they're protected.
If you come down to the southeast, you'll see those signs too.
Do you?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't see any on the way home. I only seen them in Victoria.
No, you're too far north. So down here, it's dead trees with hollows, red-tailed cockatoo habitat and endangered birds. So you can't take down any dead trees here without permit.
Yep.
Not allowed to pick up firewood either in Victoria.
Fucking miserable bastards. Lucky I didn't pull over and pull over and get some. Then we've seen it heaps of times. How you going, Tommy?
G'day, Tommy. How are you? Sorry, I missed you there before.
Hey, Tommy. Can you get permits over there, Robbo, to take firewood out of the conservation reserve?
Yes, I think so in certain areas, but it's not many.
Yeah, I reckon over here they do it over at Durgam. I reckon over here, 2 spots where they can. I've got to stop going to clearance sales.
We'll see if Tommy can see what the hairs are connected to, hey?
Oh, just had to come over and look and see what you put up. Have you dropped there? That bit of camp for your turn today turned up all right.
Yeah, it's nice actually. There's a spot that had a bit of bark inclusion in that went a little bit deeper than the Paribus than Robbo and I thought it was going to go, but yeah, overall it stayed there. When I sanded the outside, it developed a lot of cracks, and I was guessing that's from the heat. And that was only around that bark inclusion, radiating out from that. So I precautionally put a little bit of super glue on those cracks because the wood's really porous and it just goes whoop, disappears into the cracks, no matter how thin the cracks are. So I did that a little bit, sanded it back. I got the outside to come up nice. I guess the outside is the style that Robbo likes because he didn't say nothing when I was doing it. Anyway, so I didn't dig the shape up for once, and then the inside, all I've got to do is really hairline cuts now to try and just finalize the smoothness on the inside because it was vibrating a lot. And then Dr. Bob suggested that I put wrap material around the outside of the bowl and tape the material down. So I did that, and that took away all the vibration completely because it was getting the vibration swell in the wood about from the very edge of the bowl to about 3/4 of an inch in, and I couldn't get rid of it, and I didn't want to wreck that part of the bowl trying to, repeatedly trying to take it out and it just coming back. So I tried that, and yeah, worked brilliant. So now I'm just trying to do like the hairline going down the bowl to get the shape as the same as the outside.
I'm going to switch it over to this other camera. I might as well turn the light back on. I just noticed tonight, Robbo, which is not a drama, but on the back here, got a beautiful finish on it. When you run your fingers over it, there's little ridges with the grain. Like, it's not chisel marks. It's where the dark patches on the grain are. There's a little raised patch you can feel with your finger. You can't see it, but you can feel it.
Yeah, that's the sanding. It's been over sanded. What you need to do is get a hard block and just sand that area, and it'll flatten it back down again.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. It's not I don't consider it to be a problem. It was just interesting. It still looks. You can't see it. You can feel it.
Yeah, pine is actually notorious for that, and I know that's not pine, but
no, actually, you know how I said it was Australian oak.
Yeah.
Well, I've been in contact with the person I've been getting it from. It's not. It's American oak. So the oak is American, not Australian.
Oh. But it's very similar to English oak.
Yeah, it would have been taken over there from England, wouldn't it?
Don't know, but like its similarity is in its metallery ways and everything.
Yep. So I can see myself turning a few green olive bowls to see how they turn out soon. I've got so much green olive wood here.
Yeah, I must admit I love turning oak. Had a bit of practice at it once. We had 240 balusters and 10 Newell posts to do out of it.
Bloody hell. A little bit of practice.
Yeah.
Mm.
The best part was I got all the offcuts off it.
Okay, cool.
I had to laminate up the posts. That was the problem. They were 6x6.
And I worked out I'm going to have to make sure I sweep the floor after each burning episode because I've got people that are interested in the shavings, but they want particular types of wood to put them through smokers.
Yeah, for smoking, yeah.
Yeah.
And my sister-in-law that come and fed the cats while we were away, she left us some apple wood chips for the smoker and something else, some other flavour, plum or something. I don't know, I can't remember. But never tried the flavoured chips in there before.
I've done lots of smoking with red gum, but I've never sort of, like you, Joe, I've never sort of done particular flavours.
Yeah.
Very big in America. It's not too. I don't think it's as big out here.
Yeah. I like the taste of the meat by itself without the silly flavours.
Get a brisket in there, Robbo.
Sorry?
Brisket. You can see on the American barbecue shows, they're all doing bloody huge briskets and slow cookers with all sorts of bloody smoky flavours.
Yeah. Our next door neighbour, he's got a smoker and a pizza oven and a bloody big barbecue. In fact, he built a special room to put the barbecue and the smokers in.
Yeah, he could have fired it up while we were there. Bloody hell.
Oh, what else has he got? He's got the pizza oven, got the smoker, the barbecue. He's got something else there too that he uses occasionally. Oh, a huge spit. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Occasionally I walk in from the workshop and my nose is assaulted by all these beautiful smells of food cooking, you know.
That's just rude, isn't it?
That's what I tell him over the fence.
You can at least just pass your plate, you know.
Yeah, I did that one day actually.
Pass the plate over.
Yeah.
Yep, fair call. Well, I've just made a whole heap of space while I've been yakking to you guys.
Oh, well, I can see clear concrete under there now.
Yeah, I've got a lot more clear concrete than I had before. And I've got empty shelves to fill up, so that's always good.
Of course, you won't be able to find anything tomorrow, but that's beside the point.
Oh, I'm not too bad with that because I usually put a bit of gaffer tape on the outside of a box and write what's in it.
Yeah, I use masking tape.
No, he doesn't. He just writes on the box.
Well, sometimes, yeah.
It's the wall of boxes. Go get me this. The wall of boxes. It's like,
Well, they're all labelled.
Yeah, I know that, but sometimes it's just like a deer in the headlights. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, so I've got to. Well, part of the reason I'm doing the clean up tonight is I've got to make an outdoor setting for the community garden in Kingston before the school holidays, which is 3 weeks away.
Yep.
You're going to have to pull a finger out then, aren't you?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I am. Well, I do have all the wood ready for it. It's just basically the assembly of it. So I might finish up taking it into work and building it in there yet, where I've got a clear floor.
Yep.
They still got the men's shed in Kingston, have they?
Yeah, there's a bit of politics going on there at the moment.
Oh yeah.
I think there's Ray and another bloke who are at Loggerheads, I reckon. Nobody's mentioning names. So I'm putting two and two together, and I'll.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine Ray getting to loggerheads with anybody.
Well, it's about change, Robbo.
Mm.
And expanding the men's shed, I think, is where it's at. There's a couple of guys there who want to grow it a bit and do more with it.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of guys who are quite happy with how it is, thank you very much, and we don't want to change it.
Mm.
And the movers and shakers have actually got a bit of land donated to build a new shed on.
Oh, right.
And I suspect from reading between the lines of what I'm hearing here and there, without actually asking any questions, is there's some of them don't like the idea of moving, and some of them do, and
yeah, that's a problem with some organisations. They get a committee that's been in there for years, and nothing except an atom bomb will move them on anything.
Yeah, I think.
G'day, Mike.
Get the chat up here so I can see what's going on. Otherwise, the buggers will be talking about me in there. Hey, Mike. Yeah, I think what's going on is it is a new committee, but it's some of the old stalwarts not happy with the progress, I guess, is one way of putting it.
Yeah.
What's the internet reception like for a Wi-Fi dongle where they have the Turn SA?
Yeah, it'd be good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right on the edge of town, and the biggest hassle there would be getting under the signal because they've got a main tower in Kingston.
Yeah.
So you'd be within probably a K and a half of the tower.
Ah, geez, I don't know. Feeding your face again, Mike.
So what's in a brekkie burger?
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing.
It's mostly be like a
Egg
patty but made out of sausage.
Egg and bacon roll.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we'd call it here. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
I tried it once. I'll never try the bloody thing again. But we had an American couple come into the fish and chip shop, and they wanted a peanut butter and bacon burger.
Ooh, yuck.
Ooh.
Sausage, egg, and bacon. Good guess,
Yeah.
Joe.
I had a friend that used to love Vegemite and bacon.
Well,
I think
someone put apricot jam on the toast with bacon.
Yeah.
I'll have jam and peanut butter, but not with bacon, man. Not. They say everything tastes good with bacon, but
No, in America that'd be jelly and peanut butter, you see.
Yeah.
Or peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
And Mike's saying the first food today, sausage, egg and bacon it is.
Yeah.
On a muffin.
Yeah, thought so. Sausage, yeah.
So the candy store in Kingston here, which is sort of halfway through between the roundabout and our shop, has they do like an American pancake breakfast.
Oh yeah.
Pancake, bacon, and onion jam, I reckon it is, or so the bacon jam or something as well, and ice cream. I couldn't come at putting the ice cream on the bacon.
No, I couldn't either. And I like pancakes, but I like maple syrup and butter, like the butter that they put on them.
Yep.
Yeah, whipped butter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like pancakes or the hot cakes or whatever they are with just sugar and lemon.
Yeah, no, I always prefer them with that buttermilk, I think it's called. They use. But there's a place in Melbourne called the Pancake Parlour, and man, they make the meanest pancakes around, I tell you.
Yeah, Adelaide's got the Pancake Kitchen.
So I was about to say the same. Still open?
There's 3 of them. There's one in Adelaide, which is the original. There's one in Modbury, which is pretty close to me, and there's one in Port Adelaide that's kind of close to me, but on the other side.
Yeah.
So that one's still in the little alleyway off Hindley Street down there.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I haven't been in there for bloody years, but I remember going in there and they were pretty damn good pancakes. I reckon I'd the strawberries and cream.
My cousin and his wife go there all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I've actually achieved a bit tonight, so I might turn shit off here and go inside.
Ah, all right.
Nice chatting.
Yeah.
See you, Mike, if you're still there, and there's half a chance I'll be around when you go live. You got any idea what time you're going live tomorrow, Jay? Or
12:30.
Yeah. Right,
I won't be in tomorrow, naturally.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so we've got lots of swearing at Robbo and stuff tomorrow, all right?
All right, I'll have to be here because we can talk about him. Like, he can come back and watch it back, though, can't he?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'll delete it.
Okay. Yeah, you might be able to hear something interesting. I was playing today's, it might not have been today's, it might have been yesterday's live, back on the computer at work.
Yeah.
And it didn't have the chat replay on it. And then when I got home and I was playing today's live back, it did have the chat replay on it. But I wonder if that's to do with the browser I'm using or whether it's to do or the system.
No, I think what it's to do with is it's got to have time to get through. It must run through an editor or something to make sure it's all right. Because that quite often happens. It's 2 or 3 hours later that you get the chat replay up there.
Or if someone sends me a YouTube link in Messenger, that link is actually the mobile version of YouTube, and I don't use the mobile version of YouTube because it never works properly. Well, there's never the chat button there. There's never, but I can get that same chat, the same video or the live, and go and watch it on my computer, and there's a chat button there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one, and I can't remember now whether I'd started watching today at work or whether I reckon I had started watching it at work because I turned it back on and kept watching. Because when I was watching it at work, I was doing some bloody paperwork. I had to go down. I don't know whether you saw the pictures I put up, having a tough day in the office.
Yeah.
But I just had to go out and, well, happily for me, I didn't have to do it, but I was heading out to euthanize a couple of emus. Been hit by a car with broken legs, but I think the coppers had been out and done it by the time I got there, which is okay with me. But I come back and I just sort of went down onto the beach. Took a couple of photos on the way home because I was there.
Rub it in. Yeah.
Yeah, so then I come back and I was filling out the report because when you do that, you've got to bloody do the paperwork regardless of whether you've done anything or not.
Yeah.
So I was doing that, had the bloody YouTube playing in the background, but I couldn't see the chat. And then when I come home, the same YouTube I logged on, and you know how it picks up in the same spot that you finish watching it on a different computer, but all the chat was there.
Yeah, well, I said, quite often a couple of hours it takes to get the chat thing up there.
That could well be it, Robbo. Could have been, because it would have been probably 45 minutes to an hour between when I stopped watching and when I started again.
The only thing with those photos is everybody probably says, "Oh, what a fantastic job driving around the countryside doing that." But wait until there's a bloody good southerly buster coming up there with the rain and horizontal sleet, and it ain't such a good job then, is it?
I've taken a few of them too, but it's,
Yeah.
those photos are targeted at a couple of particular people.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that have got the I hate Sid hashtags on them.
Yeah.
So
all
anyway,
right,
guys.
Yeah,
take
have a
care.
good night, Sid.
Yeah.
See
See you later.
Oh, bum, I couldn't kick him out. He went too quick.
And you can actually kick them. Have you been kicking people out, or have you just been doing the remove thing down the bottom?
Just been doing the remove thing down the bottom. I would never, unless I did something really, really bad. No.
Yeah. So right down the bottom where it's got the little dots on the little squares.
Yeah, I know. It says you can block them out. Yeah.
All I can do is edit your name or edit your mic settings. I can remove you, but not actually kick you out as such.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I hope my behaviour never warrants that.
I don't think so. I'll just have can you just point your cameras, one of your cameras, where you're going to be doing your demo tomorrow? I'll see if I can hack into your computer and watch it.
No, the cameras are out in the shed. You know where they are.
Yeah, just point it up. Just the one that's looking down at the lathe. Just point that one up.
Oh, that's a bit hard because it's up against the shelf, so I'd have to remount it all. I'm just looking over at the side here. What? Oh yeah. Hold on, I'm just going to try something here.
Yeah. Oh, you're messing with the names, aren't you?
No. No. Try an error recur. Try. I was going to put a banner across the bottom, but it says an error occurred. Try refreshing the page. I don't want to do that, so.
You kick yourself out doing that.
Yeah, that's right.
What'd Mike say?
Oh, geez, that's a good price. I love watching those water jet things work. When those tool rests are all cut by water jet.
Did you watch that video that I put in the group chat?
Yeah, where they cut the
drill
in half. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. That's a good way to show cutouts, isn't it? Instead, they used to have the motors where they'd cut the hole in the cylinder so you could see the piston moving.
Yeah. No, I love watching those things work. I like watching lasers work too, that cut things. But the water jet, there's quite a few videos up of using the water jet, and they have a block of aluminium or steel, and they cut an intricate shape out of it, and then they fit it back in, and you can't see where the joint is. It's bloody phenomenal.
Yeah, it's very accurate for water, that's for sure.
Yeah. Sure beats the old oxy torch that I used to have to use for doing things anyway.
Damn sight colder too.
Although I've got a plasma cutter here, but it only goes to 8 millimeters. That's all, in steel.
Yep. That was
Yeah.
me hiding. That was me hiding a yawn.
Yeah, I know. If you're anything like me, you always feel it the second night.
Yep. Yep. We got the 5 o'clock itis, you see.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends on whether they've got a viewing window in it. Most of them do, because they've got to keep an eye on what's going on as well. But absolutely fantastic things to look at. Dr. Bob was all right, wasn't he, Joe?
Yeah, he was actually really good. Good spirits. Looking forward to getting released on Saturday. They were going to do he said they were doing a myriad of tests on him tomorrow, or his tomorrow, I should say, which would be around about now. So that he was just waiting. He's got his own room. So that's good too. You can have a sleep whenever you want, at least. And he's got Wi-Fi, so he joined me in my live. He stayed in there for like 45 minutes or so. Yeah, he's going all right.
I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to get a jumper. It's getting a bit cool out here now.
Yeah. Close the door and put the heater on.
Oh, don't worry, I've done that before too.
No. Well, the doctor said he's either had one or one's coming up. It was a blood clot in the back of his eye somewhere, because he has a yearly eye test. So, and when the doctor found it, he was very impressed by the way she made everyone do everything. Get over here and do that. Get over here and do that. You do that. You do that. You do that. As soon as she seen the thing in his eye. Oh, it's only what is it? I can't really see the time, to be honest. I'm still tired from my drive from Victoria. It's 10:15 at night here, so it's not too bad. It's not. I won't last much longer, but maybe another 20 minutes, half an hour or something. And it's half an hour later for Robbo.
Yeah, it's 11:15. Julie will be home shortly, I suppose.
Well, you never know. They might have had backstage passes.
Yeah, might have. No, that's the thing with blood tests. They can tell if you've had a heart attack, funnily enough.
Yeah.
Truly amazing what they can find out from the blood these days.
Yep.
They were quite surprised when they found any in my system. And then they informed me I had a heart. That was a bit of a shock to the system because there's a lot of people reckon I don't have one.
Taking it in turns there.
Hey? Oh, it's catching, is it?
Yeah. It's all the sawdust.
Yeah, wait until you walk out in the shed in the morning. You'll go, open the door and you go, whoa, jeez.
Yeah, that's going to be bad. I'm glad I've got a fan.
Yeah. Smell like a Vicks.
Yeah, I don't mind Vicks, so it's not not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll smell like a Vicks truck's overturned in your yard.
Now Mike's getting cheeky now, Robbo. Look out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I went and bought a filter jug, like a 1.5 litre filter jug, so I don't, and it actually filters the crap out of the water quite well.
Oh, good.
Makes it rather drinkable. I figured that'd be a cheaper option than buying plastic bottles all the time.
Oh, I'd reckon. No, we really notice it if we go anywhere, the different water around the place.
Yeah. There's something there for you. I can't read it because my screen's had a bit of a glitch out and there's something over the writing.
It'll be just it doesn't have to be much. Doesn't have to be too hard, Mike. I've never made one, but I think what a lot of people do is use stainless steel for them. About 10 mil or 3/8, depending on which side of the blanket you sleep on.
Yeah, so what I'm maybe thinking about doing in my shed at the moment is maybe moving my lathe and my bench.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
my bench actually fits side in the width wise.
Yeah.
So I can just put it where my lathe is, and then just put my lathe where the bench is, and that gives me nearly a meter either side of the lathe. Then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Swing room for tools. I mean. I'd rather it was kept in a permanent spot, other than me having to pull the arse end out to use a tool and get the balance all out or whatever. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that most people actually use stainless steel for it. I know the one I gave Jay a hollower to take back home with him the other day, and I'm pretty sure that's made out of stainless. That long one that you're talking about.
Yeah, no, it's in the shed. I couldn't go grab it, but
No.
Mike, if you go look at my live from today, it's called I don't know. See, it's called something. Oh, it's called 30 by 25, I reckon. Go look at it.
Yeah, it is.
And It's got. I put the tool in there. The tool's the same length as my lathe bed. I put it up against it. It's like, yeah, I wasn't far wrong. But that goes on the end. It's got a round bit like that, so you can adjust. And it's got the end piece that sticks out is a quarter inch bits. It's one of them's got a quarter written on them, so I would assume that's what it means.
Yeah, 1/4 inch tool steel they are.
Yeah. And you can just adjust that anyway, around the circle.
Yeah, that's called an Olin tool. I'll just put the name in the thing. See, look at that, Jay. You're typing without typing.
Naughty.
I find that rather neat, actually. Yeah, I won't be on tomorrow, Mike. I'm giving a sharpening demonstration to one of the clubs tomorrow, so that wasn't me, that was you.
Yeah, because there's when I uploaded that picture of the drop bear earlier before, it actually left a upload background. Like it's just frozen right in the middle of where people type when it first, right above where it first gets put.
Oh, yeah.
After that, I can see it, but the first comment I can't see until someone's commented under it. It's got popped up.
All right, see you later, Mike. You have fun.
See you, Mike. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, I got to go in a minute too. So,
Yeah, I won't be that far off.
All right, I'll catch you later, Jay.
All right. Thanks for coming in.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.